Hello, Julie here and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I am going to do Roxy's Weekly Challenge Week 13. Now today's challenge is very simple. It is stamping labels or stamping labels onto assorted pieces of paper. Now I had a look through my stamps and I don't really have a lot of label stamps, so I'm just going to use what I've got. I've also dug up some bits and pieces of things that I thought might be useful to stamp on. I've got some tea-dyed paper, I've got some vellum, I've got some digitals, I've got some book edges, some book paper, I've got some handmade paper here. That's another sort of handmade paper, another digital. This is part of a mood board. A master board, I mean. Some scrapbooking pages, some ink, blotted paper, more digitals and so on. I've got some more vellum there. I've got some embossed paper here too. I thought I'd try stamping on that. I'm not that hopeful that the stamp will work out that well, but we'll give it a try. Alright, so I've got my stamps. I've got some inks here. I've got a blue, a red, a green, a black and a brown. And I've got my stamp block. So let's get started. Let's just pop those up there for now. Let's start with these. That is a ticket. So let's find something that'll fit on. It'll fit on that vellum, so why don't I see if I can stamp that onto the vellum. And because it is going onto vellum, I'm going to use my black. I find that I get a good image stamping with VersaFine. They are a good stamp ink and they're permanent. So, if you're doing any other techniques on top of your stamp, this will work. Oh, it worked alright, didn't it? So what I need is a baby wipe to wipe my stamps off after I've stamped them each time. If I want to change inks or anything like that. Now let's do something else on there. I have to find something that's going to fit, don't I? That will fit. So let's try that. And let's do that in a green. Now Racheal stamped hers sort of all willy-nilly. She put the stamp on her stamp block and then stamped on several different types of paper. I will probably do that too, but I just wanted to do this piece of vellum because I think this will take a bit of time to dry. That's good. Good. I like this one because it hasn't got like a solid edge on that side. It looks like it's a bit torn. And we could probably fit one more on there. So what should we do? Should we do an oval one? Or does this one fit on there? Not really. I don't want to make it difficult to do. Yeah, we'll do that one. And what colour should we do that one in? Red. So this red is tulip red. The green is green oasis. Okay, so that's our first set. I think on vellum. Yeah, I'm just going to set that aside somewhere where I'm not likely to smudge it. Set that aside to dry. Now, let's start with well, this one here. This is a uniquely created one, and it's quite a large label, shall I say. It hasn't actually got a label border around it, but I'm going to try stamping it as a label and see what happens. So first of all, I'm going to stamp it on here, and I'll use brown. Now you'll probably be able to see the difference between the inks. This is a distress ink, and the stamping quality of distress inks is not the best. Make sure I've got plenty of ink on it and stamp it down. This is a fairly new ink pad, so it should be okay. Yeah, not that good, is it? So you can see the difference. It's not a nice, clean, crisp image. It's more blurry. So let's stamp that on something. I mean, that's only coffee dyed paper. It's not as if it's a fancy paper or anything like that you know, might respond to the... Here's a digital. Let's stamp this one in black. And this is the difference between the Versamark and the distress paints, distress inks. See, I've got a bit up there that I don't really want. So let's stamp that down there. There we go. So you can see that's a lot clearer. It's a lot fuzzier. Okay, so what else have we got that we might want to stamp that onto? Let's try stamping it onto this, and we might do it in green. Very good. Right. I don't want this video to be too long because, I mean, we all know how to stamp, don't we? It's not as if you're learning something new, but it was one of Racheal's videos, so my idea is to do all of her challenges. So let's try this one on this embossed paper, and let's do it in blue. Worked alright, actually. Worked better than I thought it would. Very good. Should we try it on this? Go that way. Not really. Let's do it on this one. We'll do a different colour this time. No good having all the labels in the same colour, is it? Let's do a green. This is not really the ideal green, is it? It's a bit bright. I'd really rather have more of a antique-y sort of green, or an olivey green. I think I might have that colour in my... Yeah, that looks right. I might have that in my other inks. Let me have a look. I've got a nice green in my archival inks, so I might try that one. Archival inks are pretty good as well for stamping, and you can also do, you know, your water techniques with these, because once they're dry they're permanent. These aren't. That's good. Gets a bit lost on there though, doesn't it? This background paper's a bit busy, but yeah. I like that colour. I prefer that colour to the other colour anyway. So I'll put that one away and I'll use this one instead. It's called Fern Green. Okay, let's get rid of that stamp. Got some little ones here. Here's a tiny one. So let's try that with what? We'll do a red one on this variegated paper. Oh, variegated. I don't know why I keep saying variegated. I mean embossed. Oh, that's good. And perhaps I'll do one in blue on this paper. It's good, isn't it? May as well do one in green while I'm here. I'm not sure that that ink pad is as wet, the archival ink. I've had them longer than I've had the VersaFine ones, so they may be a little drier. Well, that's turned out alright. Might have just been the paper I used for the last one. Right, let's try a different one. Did I do that one? See, that's the trouble, isn't it? You lose track of what ones you've done and ones you haven't done if you're not organised. Some people would be way more organised than I am. It doesn't look like I've done this one, so I'll do it. Okay, let's do this one here, and we'll do it in green. I'm going to do it on this book page. Blends into the background a bit, but that's okay. Let's do one on this one. We'll do the same green. So this has shown me that I need to get busy and buy some more label stamps. That might be my job after I've finished today's video. Okay, because these, well, they are, but they're not exactly labels, are they? Like you would think of a label. Okay, what have we got here? We've used that one. I've got some here, this one that says paid. Might try some of those. And I think I might do these in black. That's what I'm most likely to use, I think. Let's stamp that on there. I'm giving that an extra press because this is the embossed paper. Yep, good. Okay, and I'll do one on here. I'm going going to do one in red. And one in blue. Let's do one on something else in blue. Here we go. Let's do one on here in blue. And we'll do one in green. I think we've got one in green. Okay. Rightio. Well, that's about it, you know. I could go on forever, and after I finish the video I probably will go on and do a few more because they'll be very handy, but I can't see that you'd want to be sitting there watching me stamp all these things out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, I've got this one here I thought I'd try. This is a bit of a fancy one. So it's not solid, so I have to make sure I get it straight when I put it down. I think that's straight. So let's stamp one up here, see what we think. It's a nice fine line one. I haven't even used it before, so oh, that's nice. Okay, so let's find something else to stamp it on. Is it going to fit on there? Yes. So let's do. Shall we do a red one on that one? I didn't wipe my black off. Very good. What else can we stamp on here? What have we got here? Oh, I've got this masterboard, and I am going to stamp on that with green, I think. So you can select where you want to put it. I'm just going to try and get that little flower there on the edge. So something like that maybe. Very good. And let's do another black one on this one. There we go. Alright, so as I said, I'm going to stop playing around now and I'm going to turn my camera off. I'm going to cut these out and then I'll come back and show you what I've got. I may as well do one of each colour of this, eh? Do a blue one as well and then call it a day for those. I might do a brown one and see what that looks like on this fine stamp. Whiten the stamp for that one because these are water-based, these pads. You can already see that you don't get such a nice, fine, definite line, don't you? Okay, let's hope. Anyway, if it doesn't work out, we haven't lost much. Well, it's okay. It's not the sharpest tool in the box, but it will do the job. Alright, so I will see you when I've got these all cut out. Okay, so here we have my cut up labels. You can see there's not that many of them. I didn't want to bore you with the same. But yeah, they come up nicely. We've got some plain ones there. You can stamp a number or something like that inside of those plain ones. This one's got some pattern inside of it. That one's got the nice little flower, so has this one. So you could just use them as they are. And that one, and that one. So that's probably my favourite actually. The ones that I did on vellum are still not dry, but you can see the ink sort of smudged. Or that one's not too bad, but you can see it's bled on the vellum. So that one, I'll be throwing that in the bin. This one is usable, and that one's okay. The black seems to work better than the colours. I've got this one here in a couple of different styles. So these are on pattern paper, you know, like scrapbooking paper. You can't really see this one, it's not good enough. That one's okay. I've stamped it on the paper upside down, but that doesn't make any difference. And that one, of course, is fine. That's on that embossed paper, and it worked just great. These are the ones that didn't have like a border around the outside, and I've stamped them onto, this is some textured paper, this is just some coffee dyed paper, and that's a digital. That's printed on 120 GSM paper, so that's a bit sturdier. These are some of the tinier ones. Quite good. The paid ones, so once again I've got some on, that's book page, that's just the plain cream cardstock, that's another book page one, and that's the, whoops, I hope that's not going to smudge that. Yep, so there's those. This one is on a digital. I like the way that little leaf is coming in through the side there, and this one's on book page. Probably should have done that in a darker colour so it stood out more, but yeah. So you can see there's lots and lots of things you can do with some stamps and a pair of scissors. Plenty of labels. You could make enough labels that you'd never have to buy another label in your life. So that's it for my video for today. I hope you've enjoyed the video. It is fun and easy, and anybody can do it. So yeah, all you need is a pair of scissors and a stamp and an ink pad, and away you go. Alright, so that was Roxy's Weekly Challenge week 13. I'll be back with another video soon, so I hope you can join me then. Okay, bye.